Здравствуйте, привет, and hello. Welcome to another video about learning the Russian language. In our last video, we learned the verb to eat. In this video, we're going to talk about possession, as promised, specifically possessive pronouns, how to say my, your, his, her, that kind of thing. How to say an object belongs to someone. Now this is just part 1 on possession. In our next video we're going to talk about part 2, how to say other things possess objects. So not just the pronouns, but all kinds of regular nouns. And also the verb to have, how to say that something belongs to somebody. You need to say that I have this object. That will be in part 2. But part 1, all about those possessive pronouns. So, let's dive right in. As we know, all objects in the Russian language, animate and inanimate, have a gender, male, female, or neutral, and they can also be plural, which is a fourth category. So, possessive pronouns depend on the gender of the object that is being possessed. So we've got this table right here. And let's break this down. First thing we're going to talk about is the question word. Whose? So if we're talking about a male object, and I want to ask, whose is it? Right? Who does it belong to? The question word is che. So the object frukt means fruit, and it's male. If I want to ask, whose fruit is this? I would say, это чей фрукт? Это чей фрукт? Whose fruit is this? Or this is whose fruit? My would be мой. So, pretty similar to English. My is мой. Your is твой, and that is in the informal or singular form. Your formal or plural is ваш. Our is наш. Okay, so these so far, чей, мой, твой, ваш, and наш. Try to remember those, because those depend on the object gender, right? So if we're talking about a fruit, мой фрукт, my fruit. Твой фрукт, ваш фрукт, наш фрукт. Alright, and then the last 3, он, она, and они, his, her, and their. I have it in the gray color, and that is because those are easier. Those do not depend on gender. Those 3 are the same, whether the object is male, female, neutral, or plural. It's always going to be его, её, and их. So try to remember these possessive pronouns. And we're going to look at some examples, so hopefully that will help you out. Let's translate these sentences, and we're always going to be talking about male objects. So, whose cat is this? How would we say that in Russian? What do you think? If you said, это чей кот, give yourself a pat on the back. Это чей кот? And then the answer, это мой кот. This is my cat. Whose house is this? Это чей дом? This is our house. Это наш дом. Next we have, this is her brother. How do we translate that? Это её брат. This is your dad. Это твой папа. And that is in the informal you. This is their doctor. Это их врач. Okay? So hopefully this is clear with these examples. Practice, review. Those are for possessing male objects. Next, we're going to look at possessing female objects and how to change those possessive pronouns. So we've got the same kind of table. The question word whose is чья. So if our object is картошка, potato, and I would ask whose potato is this, I would say это чья картошка. My is моя, your is твоя. Your formal or plural is ваша, our is наша. And then those last three did not change. His, его, her, ее, and their, их. Okay, so repeat after me. Чья, моя, твоя, ваша, наша, его, ее, их. Very good job. Let's look at some examples. Whose lamp is this? How would I say that in Russian? Remember, whose we have to have in the female form. That would be чья. Это чья лампа? And then the answer, this is your lamp, это ваша лампа. That is the formal or plural your. If it was the informal one, it would be твоя. Whose hand is this? Это чья рука? This is my hand. Это моя рука. This is our mom. Это наша мама. This is their sister. Это их сестра. This is his wife. Это его жена. Okay, so we've looked at the possessive pronouns for male and female objects. Now, if this is your first time being introduced to this topic, and if this is your first time watching this video, you should pause it here, go back and review those possessive pronouns, because next we're going to go on to neutral and plural objects, and I don't want to throw too much information at you and confuse you. So take a moment, memorize the possessive pronouns for male and female objects before you move on, okay? Because this is a lot of information. However, if you've already watched this video and you've already got those down, let's move on. Talking about neutral objects now. So, same table. Our question word is чье. So if I had a neutral object like an apple, яблоко, and I wanted to ask whose apple is this, I would say это чье яблоко. And then the pronouns. Моё, твоё, ваше, наше, его, ее, and их. So as usual, those last three did not change. Okay? So, you know it is neutral if the ending is, for those that change at least, is either yo or yeah. Okay? Моё, твоё, ваше, наше. Alright? Those are the only ones you need to memorize because those last three, they're always the same. So let's look at some examples. We're looking at neutral objects only. Whose apple is this? Это чье яблоко? This is my apple. Это моё яблоко. Whose face is this? Это чье лицо? This is your face. Это ваше лицо. And that is the plural or formal your. If it was singular, it would have been твоё. Singular or informal, I should say. Next, we have, this is her meat. Remember, meat is мясо and it is neutral. Это её мясо. This is his body. Это его тело. This is our window. Это наше окно. And that is it for the possessive pronouns of neutral objects. Finally, we come to plural, possessing multiple of something. So, same table. Our question word this time is чьи. Чьи. Okay, so repeat after me each pronoun. Мои, твои, ваши, наши, его, её, их. Okay, so for the ones that do change, it is plural when it has the E ending. Let's look at some examples. So now we're doing all plural objects. Whose sisters are these? Remember, sister is сестра, but plural is сестры. Это чьи сестры? And then our answer, these are my sisters. Это мои сестры. Whose cats are these? Это чьи коты? These are your cats. Это твои коты. These are his feet. Это его ноги. These are her eyes. Это ее глаза. These are their hands. Это их руки. So those last three, его, её, and их, don't change. Alright, so this is what we've learned so far, all in one table. Possessive pronouns for male, female, neutral, and plural objects. The question word, чей, чья, чьё, and чьи. And then for I, it's мой, моя, моё, мои. And for your, it's твой, твоя, твоё, твои. So you should notice a pattern here. Every time it's male, it's got that E краткое ending, that short E ending, or no ending. For female, it's ya or a. For neutral, it's yo or ye. And for plural, it's e. Those are the endings. And then, of course, his, her, and their do not change. So that should make that easier. Hopefully you see the pattern. It'll help you to memorize these possessive pronouns. And let's do our last bit of practice just to make sure you really have this down. So let's translate these sentences. Your grandma is beautiful. Okay, so grandma is female. So we're going to use our female possessive pronouns. Твоя бабушка красивая. That is in the informal you. If it was formal, it would be ваша бабушка красивая. Okay, next, my hair is black. Remember, hair, волосы. That is plural because we're talking about all the hair, right? Not just one strand. So plural. My hair is black. Мои волосы черные. Next, his sister wants a big house. So the object sister is female, but in this case it doesn't matter because his is always the same. Его сестра хочет большой дом. His sister wants a big house. And then finally, their cat is small. Их кот маленький. All right, that's it. Give yourself a big pat on the back for making it this far. You've learned all of the possessive pronouns in Russian. Remember, they depend on the gender of the object that is being possessed. Alright, in our next video, we're going to talk about possession, but this time for other nouns, not just pronouns. And we're also going to learn a new verb, to have, right? To have something that is part of possession. So that is next time. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe. I post new videos every week, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions what I can do to improve, or if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them, or just say hi. I'd love to see your comments. So have a wonderful day. Till next time. Bye.